Okay, if you have been following me, I do kind of give you guys a play-by-play of my favorite shows. This is one of those shows. If you do not like horror, you're not going to like this show. In the last video that I talked about this show, it was season 3, last episode. This is the poster for season 4. There are now 5 episodes out in season 4. I have binge watched them. I'm going to give you my play-by-play on what I feel about each episode, what I think about what's going on. So if you are watching this show, stay tuned, okay? Stay tuned, because I did not do this for the last season, but I feel like this season answers a lot of my questions, but it also kind of leaves me with some questions too. And I'm going to have the first episode playing in the background because I'm going to go episode by episode for season 4, and I don't want to tell more of the next episode if it's not in that current episode I'm talking about. So this is season 4, episode 1. Season 4, episode 1, okay? So I kind of already did start a little bit. I've already, like, watched this a few times. But I'm going to start this first episode over. So if you haven't seen any of the episodes, spoiler alert, because I will be talking about what happens in this episode. So just come back to this video after you've already seen it. But we leave off season 3 last episode with, I forgot his name now, but the dad dying, right? And so that kind of opened a lot of questions as to what's going on here. And in season 4, episode 1, I feel like the biggest thing for me was basically how we find out that the baby that Fatima gave birth to was actually one of these monster creature things in the town, and it actually ended up growing real time, like from infant to full-on adult in a matter of minutes before Boyd's eyes, and is the monster that he killed. And you, for the first time, really see Boyd's character get very discouraged because he's thinking like, okay, there's really no way for us to kill these things now. That's what he's thinking. And I really like how his son, I forgot the lady who's like a nurse or part of the paramedic crew, and what is her name? The lady that's in charge of the colony house. They all kind of see him deteriorate, right? And they're like, you can't let the people of this town see you like this. Like, you're the person that's holding this place together. And his son basically has like this one-on-one heart-to-heart conversation with him and letting him know, like, you know, you need to have hope. Like, people here are going to really lose it if they see that you're losing it, right? And so that kind of also was just like very crazy in the fact that, like, Fatima gave birth to one of these monster things. Like, does everyone in this town who gives birth is going to give birth to one of these monster things? I don't know. That was kind of like a question I had now. And also too, later on, you see that Fatima and the thing that she gave birth to do have some type of weird connection. I don't think that's in the first episode, so sorry about that. But they have some weird type of connection. And it's just very, very, very disturbing. And so, I'm trying to think if I'm still in the first episode or not. Sorry, guys, give me a minute. What I felt was extremely creepy in this first episode for season 4 is how the guy in the yellow suit, I don't know if he even has a name, he is clearly part of the town that is there, right? And when he shapeshifts into the blonde-haired girl with the glasses, and the first scene you see of her is coming onto the scene in a car accident with who she calls her father, which we know is not her father, because he literally shapeshifts into this girl, that creeped me out so bad. That creeped me out so, so bad. Because I really do believe in spirits and entities and things of that nature. So that scene really creeped me out bad. And then as that character, as he's playing this female character, she physically looks female, but it's his character inside of her. Just his interactions with people and kind of like him trying to have people tell him the storyline of what's been going on when you know that he knows what's been going on because he's part of the problem. It's just very, very creepy too. And how that character really just like, once they finally do get the guy who I'm assuming was a priest or pastor because he had the white collar on him, gets into the medical bay, he actually is alive, and she basically ends him and says, oh, I'm so sorry that you can't stay for my favorite part. And I thought that was also very creepy too. And I was wondering what that character in particular, because it's a girl but it's actually a guy transformed into a girl, shapeshifter, if you will, shapeshifter, was alluding to. And really, I feel like he, in some sick, twisted way, wanted a front row seat to the townspeople really unraveling and really turning on one another. And I feel like he shape-shifted so that he could really be there to influence people and kind of instigate certain things out of people to really see that. And it's actually rather sickening. And I'm really hoping that that character gets, you know, off the show somehow. But I just don't even think that people are even suspecting that character of being a shapeshifter. So that's also concerning. And then also, I think that on another note too, it's really bizarre. I mean, I know she has not been in this town for a while, but the police officer, she's in this town, she's Acosta, she's really, really losing it, right? Like, she's really, really losing it. And I understand when people first come to this town, it's very confusing, it's very hard to acclimate to, it's very hard to understand what is even happening, but I feel like she's not really kind of understanding what's going on, and it gets to the point where she acts out on those thoughts and turns into behaviors. And I also really didn't like the statement that she had made. It was something along the lines of like, her mother believes in hell, and that she believes that she is a good person and that she doesn't deserve to be there and basically to suffer, right? And she's saying this to one of the other characters who has been there for a very long time. They've seen people, you know, die. They've seen people come and go. Like they've been there a long time. And so this character basically says to her, like, do you think that why would you think that people want to be here? Like, no one wants to be here. Like, no one was put here for, you know, to be tortured or because they're bad people, right? Well, obviously they are being tortured, but they're not there because they're bad people. And it was really interesting that Acosta had said that even in that statement, because there are children there. So it's kind of like bizarre that she would even really say that, especially because there are children there. Like, why would you say that thinking like that is insinuating that the children are bad? Like, they're there for a purpose. They're there for torment and suffer because they're bad people. And I kind of feel like they do a good job of kind of showing how if you don't accept certain things in this town and you don't become like accustomed to, you know, the different weird bizarre things that are happening, you really can unravel, you really can lose it. And there is even a scene where she asked Boyd if she can basically unalive herself because she just does not want to be in that town anymore. It gets to that point for her. I don't believe that she ever does yet. What's to be determined. But it just kind of like shows how, like, if you don't have people in this town to really check in on you, really make sure that you're like, you know, accepting certain things, that you really can just go off the deep end very quickly. And I feel like she does do that, especially when she hijacks the only ambulance that they have in town with what is her name? I can't remember her name, but she's one of the ladies who is either a nurse or she does like some type of medical stuff. And I thought that was really unfair. Like, I know that the Acosta's like going through it mentally, but for her to just hijack the only ambulance that they have access to was just crazy, because you never know at any point in time who needs access to what, especially since they have an ambulance that has, you know, things that they may need for medical purposes, because they are always under attack from these monster type things. Like, come on, Acosta. Fatima, I feel like she's been through a lot of trauma, especially because Boyd ends up telling her that she gave birth to one of those things, and I feel like that really triggers something in her own psyche. And she kind of plays it off like she's fine, but you will shortly see she is not fine. She is not fine. So there's a lot to unravel. There's a lot to unpack in the first episode, which I love that they did that. They really started this season off with a good meaty punch, and it only gets better from here. So I'm excited to tell you guys what I think about episode 2, 3, 4, and 5. But the first episode for season 4 was actually really good, and I do like how, as a whole, for season 4, out of the 5 episodes they've released, they do answer some of those questions that you have at the end of season 3. But they also do a nice job of revealing some stuff where it kind of leads you to have more questions for upcoming episodes, hopefully to be revealed in the season. But you never know, maybe they're gonna make a season 5. I hope so. The show's so good. But yeah, so that's my personal thoughts. Overall, I would say it's very good. This is like my 3rd time watching it, so yeah, super happy with it. All right, come back for the next one. Also, if you have not seen the show, you need to watch the show and give me a comment on what you think about season 4 episode 1. What are your thoughts? Are you feeling it or not feeling it? Because I'm feeling it.